Hello Internet. This is the best 7900 XTX the money can buy, in my opinion, made by Sapphire. And the reason why it's the best is because the board is a very well made. Now, I've already fixed this before. Just recently, I had a video on it on my other channel. You can go check it out if you want to. And not long after the customer received the card, he broke it again. And the funny thing is, he broke it exactly the same way as it was broken the first time, except this time it's much worse because, a second time you break the same bone, it's not growing back the way it used to. Regardless, the damage, and this is interesting, the damage is in the exact same place, and I've seen this before. And I really want to know, he hasn't answered that question to me yet, but I really want to know why this is happening, because it's happening more than once. To be specific, you see we have a backplate that's covering, essential components and whatnot. It always fails to cover the data lines, but so somehow something gets underneath the back cover as he inserts this into the motherboard or the riser, or I don't know what he's got over there, and he ends up ripping off, see that transistor there? See, he ends up ripping off the transistor off the board. Let me point right at it so you don't get disoriented. This guy, completely ripped off the board now. So, I don't know, if we look at it this way, it's kind of covered, but something gets past that point just far enough to knock this thing off. And so the card is obviously playing a no detect. So we're gonna have to fix this again. No, I'm not doing this for free. I don't warranty damages that you inflict on the card. So even if it was damaged in shipping, it's not really my problem. I didn't damage it. And that's one of the reasons why I do not deal with the return labels, because if there's a shipping damage, a loss, or stolen, or anything in between, I do not want to be involved in the claims. It's just a headache that I choose to get off my shoulders right away before the problem even hits. There were a couple of lost packages. One had a photo of the package being delivered to the ditch on the side of the road. The idiot even took a photo of where he delivered the package right into the ditch. And that was a UPS, I think. I'm not sure. Who cares? Okay, let's go in here. And but all of those cases with the damages and losses, they were all insured, and the customer got refunds and everything. So, but I just don't want to get involved in this. That's why I'm not dealing with that kind of stuff. So the U-gate is absolutely busted, as we can see here. Okay, you see this choppy frame rate. That's got to do with the HDMI splitter that I'm using right now. It looks like I'm gonna have to get myself another splitter. I hate these splitters. You guys have no idea how much money I waste to find the splitter that actually works. Yeah, it's automatically doing this thingy, whatever. So with the splitter that I have right now, I'm actually able to see Matt's test on the screen and on the capture, but the as you can see here, the microscope is giving me a problem. It's supposed to be all smooth, but it isn't, and that's because that stupid splitter isn't doing its job properly. But what can you do? Regardless, let's go ahead and replace this U-gate, get it out of here. You can see the card. I haven't even opened the card yet. The factory sticker is still there. So, and I'm just gonna try to get this card fixed ahead of everybody else, because the originally customer wanted to expedite this. So, and now he's paying for the repair again, though I gave him a good discount. So that way I'm not doing it for free, as well as I don't know what else. Okay, so it looks like this pad's okay. We're gonna have to connect this pad, and I cannot see where the other pad is. Okay, so right now let's go ahead and fix that one pad that's on oh, what about this one here? What's this here? Hopefully this pad's okay. Yeah, that pad's okay. Looks like it's the only pad that actually survived. And then this one here also. So maybe we can just go ahead and solder the U-gate on there and then deal with the pad restoration as we go along. So let me go ahead and find a new U-gate. Sometimes it's easier to just grab a new one as opposed to digging it off of the donor board. Okay, so that's gonna go here. Yeah, I'm just gonna solder one pad like this, and then we're gonna solder the VCC pad like this, and now we can solder the output. We can use a piece of wire to fix these. I don't know, let's see if the wire is thin enough for us to do that. Looks like it'd probably be okay. So let's condition the wire. Basically, I want to burn off all of that coating off the wire right there. So the wire is now ready to be used. And we can just solder it on here like this. That looks good. Cut away what we don't need carefully. There we go. So looks like I can do exact same thing for here. That's gonna be the input one coming from the board or the PCI Express gold fingers. So there we go. Nice thick wire, hopefully will prevent it from getting ripped off easily. And we still need to figure out where the second input is coming from. Most likely this pad here. I cannot really see 100%, so I'm gonna have to zoom in here. I guess that's where it's coming from. I don't know. That maybe this pad would go here, but that's a ground pad that goes into here. No, so that end of the resistor goes in here. So that means this is the trace. Okay, I've seen this before. Yeah, it does come from here, and the trace does not go under the resistor, as I thought. Why would it? And it actually is part of that same pad. It just kind of goes around, and it's connecting in an L sort of shape. But we don't have that there, so we're gonna have to run a wire. So let's get that wire prepped. There we go. That should be enough. And so, alright, here goes this end of the wire. And I'm gonna have to do it in such a way that I do not short anything here. Just wanna maybe see if I can attach that wire. Let's get rid of the glare. There we go. We can see that wire nice and clear. Now let's try to get that wire soldered. There we go. And the wire is soldered. Perfect. So same thing as before. Clean it up. Blow it out. I like black horse flux here. This is a good example of black horse flux. You just put a little bit of alcohol and it'll solve that stuff away, allowing me to just blow it out of the board. And it's almost perfect. Just gonna repeat it a couple of times until everything is dissolved and washed away. Almost there. Almost there. Yeah, last time I was in here, all I had to do was to replace the U-gate and fix the output pad. And that was it. But now when it's broken a second time, the damage is far more greater than it originally was. Alright, so that looks good. I'm going to heat the area just a little bit so I can apply some mask. I'm not using a solder mask. I just want to use, in case this needs to be redone again, I'm kind of thinking that it might get damaged once more. Who knows? I'm going to use a clear resin, and this is just a clear resin, nothing special. And the reason why I'm using this is so I can apply it a little bit over these resistors here. So that would protect the resistors, and it would sort of let the damage, let the whatever object that's impacting this area sort of glide over it instead of ripping it off the board. So that'll definitely contribute to the longevity of this repair, at least in theory. And also, if anything does go wrong, I can just heat up that resin and it'll come right off without any issues. So that's why this resin is good. And that's nothing special. It's just a regular clear UV resin that you buy on Amazon or eBay or whatever, and it's dirt cheap. You can get a good sized bottle of this stuff for just a few bucks. And this thing, it just does magic. I love it. I use it in a lot of sketchy repairs like that. So, and it cures super fast also. So, okay. I think we're done with the repair. I'm gonna go ahead and boot the card. Not after I wipe it clean though. See, all of the FPS is now normal, so we're doing 60 FPS right now. But as soon as we switch to the microscope, then we're doomed. I'll show you which HDMI splitter I'm using currently, so that you know which one to avoid. There was another one. I ordered like 6 of them from Amazon, so I can try all of them, and most of them did not work as I expected. So obviously I returned almost all of them but this one. But I did not test this one with the scope, unfortunately, and I really should have. So it's not necessarily always the most expensive ones, because I've tried them all. I thought just gonna pay more money and get something good, but no, that doesn't work. That did not solve any of my problems most of the time. It's a gamble. So you can even get the exact same splitter and exact same company, but it was made later or earlier, and you'll get different results. It's the exact same model, part number, everything. All they did was they changed to USB-C from a mini USB or a micro USB, and all of a sudden you have a completely different device, and it behaves completely different. So let's see, should post right away. This graphics card also, this splitter also likes to post to the capture card with a delay. As you can see here, I see the image on the monitor almost. Yes, I see the Windows is loading, but the yeah, there you go. So until the resolution sort of settles in, it will not display anything. But for whatever reason, it works great when I'm running the mats test. So I don't know. I don't care. I guess I'm just gonna have to burn a few more dollars, try a few other brands. So oh well. At the very least, we got this one fixed. So that'll definitely justify the upcoming expenses. So hopefully this was educating, maybe entertaining. And if you guys know why do you think, or how do you think the customer ended up breaking this GPU, or how is it the motherboard, or how? I don't know. All he did was he inserted it in there and it broke right away. I don't know exactly what motherboard he has. I will post it in the description, and that would be it. Can't wait to read your comments. And I also like to point out the issue that seems to be more common now than I wanted to. This is a GDDR7 from 1590 that I just finished repairing, and let me go ahead and remove its pads so that you can see what I'm talking about here. We got an issue with the pads. Now, if you remember, Samsung was not the greatest chip manufacturer. Oh look, the camera is working fine now. Look at this. So maybe I don't need to return this after all. And so a lot of times what ends up happening when the board flexes or you drop your card or something, it's the data pads that get ripped off the memory chip. But in this case, Samsung has done something different, that the data pads are intact. And so a lot of times when the chip is damaged, it will actually work. But sometimes what happens is we lose, instead of the data pads, we're now starting to lose voltage pads. So as you can see here, we have a number of pads that are ripped. Some pads are half ripped, and most of these pads are VCC related. If I'm not mistaken, you can probably look up the charts online and figure this out. Either grounds or VCC pads are being ripped off the chip, but the chip itself survives. Now, unfortunately, this one, given the fact that it had so many rip pads across the entire length of the chip, it was giving me problems, so I ended up replacing this anyway. So unfortunately, this one's going into a trash can. Customer was charged for the chip. I have no reason to keep it. So there's your chip broken in half. Yep, sue me. I know these things are expensive. They're like $50, $60, depends on where you find it. So yeah, it is what it is. All right, let's see if everything is good with the GPU. I had zero problems with it last time, so I really expect no problems with it this time either. But I did notice on the PCI Express on the board, that end of the board, there's some chipped corners and scrapes and scratches, you know, things like that. Kind of indicates that the user doesn't really insert it straight in or something. I don't know. Some corners of it get chipped off for whatever reason. I don't know. Maybe it's one of the motherboards that just designed to break your GPU somehow. I have no idea. Whatever you guys think, let me know in the comment section below. I would like to find out why this particular GPU, and this isn't the first one, and not really this particular one, but the ones that have this U-gate sitting there, I'm not exactly sure. But do let me know. And thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you later. And goodbye.